Good morning, Stitch Nation. Welcome to our Stitch It Live. I'm Blaine Austin, and so happy you are here today. We got a great show for you. We have Karlie Belle coming in today. We're going to talk all about a couple brother machines that y'all probably know really well. We're going to talk about the PR680W, do some demos on that, and then we're also going to talk about the PRS100. We got some great specials today, and super excited that y'all are here. Got to say a good morning to my partner in crime here this morning. Got to everybody say hi to Roger. Hey, Roger.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
So, Roger, I am ready to get going. I tell you what, I'm pretty excited about the pricing that we're going to share with everybody today because It is fantastic, and I can guarantee you it's going to be the cheapest price in the country today. I think.
I think they'll be pleasantly surprised. We have two great machines on the show today at a great price. So, I mean, you bring us all the deals.
Well, thank you. I try hard. So, hey, got to tell everybody out there too, hey, we're streaming live today on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Kick, and soon to be Instagram and
Rumble.
What's the other one? Rumble and a bunch of more, aren't we?
So hello everybody.
Live at a bunch of places right now. So make sure y'all put your comments in there, ask questions, because when you do that, no matter what platform you're watching on, it enters you into our giveaways that we're going to do today. And hey, Roger, we got some great giveaways, and we're going to pick, is it our third or fourth finalist today?
We are on our third finalist.
Third, yeah.
Yes.
So we've already picked two finalists for our big giveaway that we're doing on February 25th. And that giveaway is a SWF 7-needle machine.
What a great
guess
machine.
what? If you stick around till the end of the show today, we're going to draw out that number 3 spot you see right there. And hopefully you'll get your name put in there on February the 25th. I'm going to put all 9 names in a hat and draw them out live on air. And somebody is going to get this 7-needle SWF machine. So pretty good giveaway, Roger.
I'm excited for that one. That's a really
And then I'm naturally going to give away some of the crazy sewing lady stuff. So, and I want to tell everybody those are available to purchase. If anybody wants one of those, they come in small to XXX women's sizes. We have the vest and the jacket that you can get on there. The vests are $39.99. The jackets are $49.99, and that is dirt cheap for a custom embroidered jacket and vest like that. So we have those for you, and that is a Dawn Chase design, and she was so gracious to let us use that. And I tell you what, and matter of fact, Dawn is on here this morning, I think, watching. So big shout out to Dawn Chase over in Virginia. And I got to do some shout outs, Roger. We got Wolf Geis, better known as Joe Allen, is watching today from Nebraska. So, hey, Wolf Geis. We have Cindy King, our buddy Cindy King over, I think she's in Odessa, over in Texas. So, good morning, Cindy. We got Renee Bolton, another good friend of the show, down in Florida watching. And so, I mean, there's tons of them. You can probably put some, I see Jenny Drake on there. So good morning, Jenny. Dorothy, is it Belcher? Is that right, Roger?
I think that's Belcher. Yes.
I can't really see it.
I'm sorry. That's right. I keep forgetting.
Well, no, they go by. I'm looking at the chat right now, but it's going by so fast for me. I can't really see a lot of names, or they go by so fast. You may have to pick some out for me. But we surely do appreciate everybody tuning in today, and we need your help. Everybody, don't we, Roger? We need y'all's help to grow this channel. We need you to tell all your sewing friends, family, whoever's in the sewing industry, whoever you know that sews, to come in and be part of the Stitch Nation and join in. You know, if you haven't liked our Facebook page, go like our page. Whether you're watching on YouTube or not, go like our Facebook page. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel, because guess what? Believe this or not, y'all probably see all these influencers out there on YouTube that make a living doing YouTube channel. Well, you get paid from YouTube if you get enough viewers. So if we start making a little bit money, guess what that means, Roger?
More giveaways?
more giveaways. So that's how it works. And 100% of the money that we will earn will go 100% into giveaways. So
Yes.
we just need to grow the channel. We need your help out there, Stitch Nation. So get out there and recruit some people for us, because there's a lot of people that watch sewing stuff, I tell you. So anyway, and if y'all have any ideas for shows, give us an email to info@stitchitintl.com and give us some ideas. But next week we're going to have, it's going to be all about Jiffy steamers, Roger.
Oh, that's a good one. I love those steamers.
Yeah, great steamers. So we're going to have some steamers on the show, and yours truly may be doing the demonstrations.
Neat. I can't wait to see that.
I may be in my cowboy mode, Roger. I may be wearing my cowboy hat next week. I'm going to bring my boots in here. We're going to show you how to steam and soften leather on boots, how to shape
That'll
hats,
be cool.
how you can use a steamer to get your clothes, all the wrinkles out. I tell you, we don't even own an iron. We may do. I don't know. I'll have to ask Michelle. We went everything steam, just steamers. We have the little portable handhelds. We're going to have those on the show. So
those e-steams are really nice.
Next week. Yeah, those steams are pretty awesome, and you can travel with them. So we'll have that on. But hey, we got a fantastic show lined up for everybody today. And I want to get going on that, and got a lot more information to share at the end of the show. But y'all stick around till the end, because we do have those giveaways. But hey, let's welcome to the show, Roger. Y'all give a big Stitch Nation welcome to Karlie Belle.
Hi, Blaine and Roger. How y'all doing?
We are fantastic. How are you, Karlie?
I'm doing great. Doing great.
Well, it's good to see you. And I got to say a big thank you, because Karlie, back before our first show, invited me in to come in on her show and plug this show. So we're so happy that we can, kind of give a little payback to you and shout out to your channel, because I want you to tell everybody how they can find you, what you've got going on, because you do YouTube live, and you've got a lot of stuff going on. And we also want to talk a little bit about your classes that you have. So if you could tell everybody a little bit about that, and then we'll get into the demo of the 680.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. So you can find me mostly at my website, which is karliebelle.com. Pretty much anything, everything I do is on that website. So the thing that I think people like the most, and that we have a lot of fun with, is once a month I do a free live tutorial from start to finish that we call Sip and Stitch. And I can give you a little preview, because I worked on this yesterday. So our January Sip and Stitch is going to be next Friday, which I think is the 23rd. So they've been falling on like the 4th Friday of every month. And I do them at 10:30 in the morning, Central Time Zone. And this month's project, because January is like that organizing, want to clean out everything type, at least that's how I am this month. I thought it would be fun to make a project on our embroidery machine that will help us with organizing. So I found this adorable design on Sweet Pea Embroidery website. They sell all kinds of really fun in the hoop embroidery designs. And this is a quilted fabric basket, and it's like totally lined, and I put some of my clips in there. And this is just one piece of fabric here, that it's a Riley Blake fabric, but it's cute because it looks like little quilt blocks. But they have it to where you can make a basket that has like strips of fabric, so you could kind of make your own patchwork. They have a strip one, and then they have like a more random shape patchwork one, but it's really fun. And then you can use different fabrics for the lining and the little lip on it. But this is what we're going to be making next Friday on my YouTube channel. Some other fun things that we have is a membership group. So I have the Sip and Stitch Squad VIP membership group, and in there we have a private Zoom class every month. So to me, it's really fun because it's much more interactive. I see my friend Maureen is here. She's in the VIP group, and Joe. So we have a Zoom class every month, and we make a project from start to finish. We also do classes like on how to digitize using Embroidery's Stitch Artist. We've done some quilting. We combine embroidery with sewing and quilting, do some bigger projects. But that's a lot of fun. And then I give my VIP members a free embroidery design every month. So for January, we're going to make these cute in the hoop heart treat bags that have like a clear piece of vinyl on the front. I haven't got my sample to show y'all yet, but it's going to be super cute. And that's happening at the end of January. For my courses, you can see on my website, and I have a new one coming out soon. I'm working on it. I have a course teaching you how to use an embroidery machine. If you are brand new, you're interested in embroidery, say you already have a nice big sewing machine and it has an embroidery module on it and you just haven't messed with that yet because it scares you. I have a course called From Start to Stitch. It's literally everything I wish someone would have held my hand and taught me when I got my embroidery machine. So we go through all the details of how the machine works, how stabilizers work, thread, bobbins, how to hoop things, how embroidery designs work. And then I do a little intro at the end on embroidery software. And my other course really dives into embroidery software, and it's all about how to use Embroiance Essentials, which is my software of choice. And the course is called Embroidery Essentials. Tells you what all the buttons mean in Essentials, and gives you examples of how to use the software. And I'm going to show you some projects today where all Essentials is using to make the things before I even send it to the embroidery machine. Now, the machine I'm going to show you today has tons of really cool built-in things. So you can get away without software if you needed to. But just to tell my friends that are watching that I know have been waiting, I'm coming out with a new software course next month. And this one is going to be all about how to use the advanced tools found in Embroiance Enthusiast. And the name of the course will be Embroidery Enthusiast, because I am not that creative when it comes to making names for courses. So all of that can be found on my website, karliebelle.com. But let's get into why I'm here today. And that is to tell you all about my Brother PR680W embroidery machine. This is what I think of as like the Mac Daddy of embroidery machines. When I first started, I got a very small Brother flatbed machine, and it was great. And I made all my little baby things on it. But I quickly found out I did not like stitching onesies on my small flatbed machine. And today I'm going to show you, because I have some things to stitch. I have a baby shower I'm going to on Saturday, how to set up a onesie on this machine and how much better it is than the Brother or any flatbed embroidery machine. It also 6 needles, going from a single needle machine and having to change thread colors every single step to having 6 pre-threaded needles ready to go for you and switch makes life a breeze. But there's so many wonderful things about it. And it's such a great upgrade if you are coming from a smaller machine and looking to take your projects to the next level, make your life easier when it comes to hooping, and not have to babysit your machine all the time. It's also going to expand the range of things you can embroider, like structured hats and complicated bags and pockets that maybe you couldn't do on your flatbed single needle before. And what I liked to do, because this is me, I used it to fund my craft habit by selling things that I make to friends and family and acquaintances. You can even start your own Etsy shop. This machine is made to last, and you are going to be able, if you wanted to stitch on it all day, you could. I think the motor has like a 25-year warranty on it. So it is great for my hobby friends that just want to be able to do more things. And for my friends that were like, okay, if I'm going to invest this much money in a machine, I want to get some of that back. And you can do that by selling the beautiful items that you make. So let's show you the machine. Like, what does it look like? All right, this is what I'm talking about today. So this is my Mac Daddy. This is my Brother PR680W, and it has 6 needles. So you can see them all here. These are all the presser feet for that. And this is what I call a free arm embroidery machine. So pretty much all multi-needles have a free arm, and the bobbin is located here. And this makes hooping items, especially clothing or anything like a pocket, tubular, so much easier, because you can lay the item flat on top of the needle plate, and all the excess of material, whatever it is, can go underneath it, and you don't have to worry about accidentally stitching things closed like I have done several times on a flatbed machine. As soon as you walk away from it, you know, something goes wrong. I can walk away from this machine, and that's wonderful, especially when you have children that constantly call your name. So this machine has tons of wonderful features, but to get to the nitty-gritty of what I think is the most impressive and the most important are hoop size. Hoop size, like whenever someone asks me for a machine recommendation, I tell them purchase the largest hoop within your budget. And this machine offers one of the largest hoops in the Brother line of machines. There's only, I think, 2 or 3 machines that have a little bit bigger hoop. And it is 8 by 12 inches. And that is perfect for so many projects. If adult size sweatshirts, I know it's super popular to get some like applique sweatshirts with like sports team names. I love the mama sweatshirts. I plan on doing a sip and stitch, I think in April, where we're going to make the big mama applique sweatshirt. There's so many fun things that you can do. And you can do like the back of jean jackets. I'm just trying to think like what are the largest things. And then I love to do in the hoop projects. And there are so many fun in the hoop projects that you can do in the large 8 by 12. So like, for instance, the little basket. This is made in a 5 by 7 hoop. I can make a really big basket using the 8 by 12 version of this design and have one big enough to like actually store like my scrap fabric in, or little mini bolts of fabric, or, you know, so many things in my craft room by making such a larger basket. So having that giant hoop is really expanding the amount and types of projects that you can do. Now, it can go as small as you need it to as well. So one of the things we might stitch out today, if we have time, is one of the presents for the baby shower, which is a cute little baby hat, and I'm gonna put the baby's name on it. And I mean, it's teeny tiny, but I'll be able to put it on here and stitch it without having to worry about the rest of the hat being in the way. Same thing with onesies, or pockets on shirts, or sleeves. Like we did some fun sleeve embroidery a while back. This makes it so much easier. So I'd say the biggest selling points for this machine, in my opinion, hoop size, the free arm, the 6 needles. Those are like your big bang. This is where all the money is really going to, is having those specific features. But then there's so many amazing features built into the machine. I would have to say my favorite of those is the ability to figure out your placement. And so that, I'm trying to think the right words to say. If I hoop something crooked, the machine can fix it to where it will stitch the design crooked. But when you take it out the hoop, everything is straight. So I can't remember what the name of that feature is. Now it's going to drive me crazy. I'll remember it later. But it has laser crosshairs, all kinds of features just to help you make sure you are stitching things exactly where you want and that they are straight and the precision of the placement is just right. So let's get into a couple things about the machine and how to actually work it, because I know the first time I looked at this machine, intimidated right off the bat. Like, all of this is very scary. But I want you to know it's not scary. It just looks scary, but it's not bad at all. So when you get the machine, there are 6 spools in the back here, and it's a little hard to see with the camera, but there are 6 spool holders back here. And all those threads feed through this bar here and then come down and go through this series of tension discs. So each one of these little knobs is a tension disc, and one thread color goes through each one, and then goes through down here for the lever, and then down to the needle. So it has a long thread path, and this helps to make sure your top thread tension is just right. So I find it has a little bit more stringency in making sure that the thread is going through the path and correcting any tension issues before it even gets to the needle, which I really like. But to some people, this whole path is very scary. And I want to tell you, it's pretty straightforward when you get to look at it. And I wish I had a camera that I could show you like right on top, but there are marks on the machine showing you exactly where the thread should go for each thread. And it's numbered 1 through 6. So 1 on this side, and it'll show number 1, and it shows like little lines on the machine itself to where the thread should go. But once you thread it, and I want to say when I got it, it came pre-threaded with some threads coming out the top that were like trimmed. So I don't remember if I even had to thread it myself. But if it doesn't come pre-threaded, it's you go through that path one time, and once you get it, you really don't have to do it again. And hopefully we can see this well. Let's see, y'all can see this spool of thread. Yeah, so I have this blue, like gray blue thread here, and that's on needle number 1. Let me get some scissors. Okay, so the thread is going through this bar and going down to the spool itself. I'm going to cut the thread down here. So now I could take the spool off if I wanted, but I have this blue thread just hanging here. So I'm gonna take this blue thread off, and let's do pink. So I have this pink one. So let me get this ready because I have it. I've been trying to be better about picking up my thread when I'm done so I don't have thread tails going everywhere, and my cat likes to knock the thread onto the floor and then it comes undone. So we have to tidy them up. So I'm putting the pink thread on this thread spool. Okay, I have my pink thread, which I know is impossible for you to see, and I have my blue thread. And all I'm doing is putting them together and tying a knot. Boom. And I'll pull on each one to make sure like it doesn't actually pull out, which sometimes it does if I don't do my knot well enough, but I think this will stay. So they're tied together. And now I can go all the way to needle number 1. I will pull the thread out of the actual eye of the needle and just grab it. And I'm going to pull. And it is going to, I don't know what I did. Okay. Pull this whole pink thread attached to the blue thread through the thread path and come out the bottom here. So now, I don't know if you could see, but this is where I tied it. And I have my pink thread pulled through, and I can cut it now, or I can cut it after. Let's do this. And another thing I love about the Brother multi-needle machines compared to some other industrial brands I've tried before is there is a needle threader. And that is so nice to have because I'm so used to having a needle threader on my flatbed machine. So the multi-needle definitely should have them. So I'm going to press the needle thread button, and my little prongs shoot out. And I have a thread cutter here. There's one built in for every needle. Pull that. And now I have pink thread on needle 1. And because I talk a lot, that took a long time. But when I'm not talking and I'm working, I could switch those threads super quickly. So depending on the project I'm doing, I will, plan everything out, what I'm stitching, what colors I'm doing, and I will make sure they're all loaded. But I pretty much leave my black and white thread cones on there all the time. And I'm just switching out my colors. Or if I have a project that really doesn't have black, and I need that space for another color, it's super easy to just change all of those on there. All right, so let's talk about some of the other really fun features on the machine. We've gone through the basics. You will see this beautiful screen here. This is 10.1 LCD inch screen. This is beautiful. My first machine literally had a screen this big, and it was in black and white, and it was impossible to see anything on it. So I love this touch screen, and it comes with a little stylus. So it's super easy to navigate through the machine. And I'm going to zoom in so you can see this screen, oops, a little better. All right, and I can show you some of the fun things that are built in. So there are 100 built-in embroidery designs, and you can find those mainly here. So in this screen, then they have 4 different categories, and there's a tension test. This is really cool because it easily helps you to check all 6 of your needles and making sure that they're all stitching out beautifully. And you check this by stitching some big wide satin columns. And then you look at the back of your embroidery and you check and make sure that your columns are 1/3 of your top color thread, 1/3 of your white bobbin thread, and then another third of your top colored thread. So this is a great test to make sure everything is actually loaded right in the thread path. But there are some beautiful designs, and you can go through and see all of them. And if you have any that you want to stitch, like this heart is super pretty, Valentine's Day is coming up, I can click on it. I can see the measurements. So this heart is about 3.5 inches by 3.7 inches. But of course, I could change that because there are editing features in here. But it just gives me an idea of the starting point. And if I wanted to grab it, I think once I get in the editing screen, I can move it wherever I want. So we have this really cute heart. And like I said, I can grab it and move it wherever I want. And I can undo if I moved it somewhere I didn't want. Here in this editing screen, we have the ability to change the size if I wanted to make it bigger. And there are limitations on it. So like the biggest I can make this design is 4.2 by 4.5-ish inches. And I can shrink it to 3.1 by 3.3. So there still will be limitations, but you can adjust it to what you would like. And you can zoom in on it if you want to see more detail of what that design is like. Okay. I can rotate it if I needed to. Some images are fun to make a mirror image of. This one won't work because it's already kind of, this side of the heart is the mirror image of that one. We could change with playing colors. We can use this actually to make a quilt block. We could kind of make an outline shape and then add quilting, like custom quilting all around it if you wanted to. And if I wanted to add something to it, I could. I can hit the add button, and let's say I wanted to add some text. All right, and then we have 50 different lettering fonts, which is amazing because that is a ton. And they have some beautiful ones. They have some that are great, I think, for kids. They have some more elegant looking ones for like wedding presents. And they have, I think, a Brother exclusive cursive font, you know, along with your regular fonts. So let's see. I like this one, but I don't know if it, yes, it comes in lowercase. So once I press the font, it will show me the full alphabet. And this is the capital. This is the lowercase for each letter. There are numbers, and there are symbols and accents for different letters, depending on the language that you are stitching out the word or the name, if they have any accents on them. So let's see, if I wanted to make something like this for the baby is O, and then L-I-V-I-A. And I can hit set. I can also play with the spacing and the shape of the letters. So like say I want them to go around the top of the heart, I can play with that as well. So let me go to set. Oh, and it's in the middle. Let me go back. Undo. Oh, I didn't go. I don't think I pressed the right button so that I could go back easily. All right, let me try that again. O. O. Okay. L-I-V-I-A. So it's very tiny in the middle of the screen and you can't really see it that way. So I'm going to go to array, And here is where I can curve it if I would like to. So I can curve it here. And then this is how I can adjust the curve if I wanted it to be curved a little bit more. So something like that. Let me hit OK. And now I'll go to set and I'll zoom in so I can actually see. And there's her name. And I can grab it and nope, undo. Hit select, and now I have the name selected, and I can move it up and I can change the size and make it bigger. But this particular font doesn't let me do that. So I would probably need a bigger font for this one. But super cute, where I can get a design and add a name to it, or add a monogram to it, whatever the case, or put multiple designs together. You're going to be able to do all of that on the editing screen. So let's go back home. And so you got a little taste of the fonts, the designs. There's also frames, so you can create your own appliques if you needed to. They have 10 different shapes and 14 different sizes. And you could, create a patch of some sort by doing this, adding multiple steps of the same shape, so that you had a placement stitch, a tack down stitch, and then if you wanted a blanket stitch or a satin stitch, or they have all kinds of cute decorative, you would just keep adding it until you had your 3 steps that you needed for your applique. There are buttonholes and decorative motifs that you can repeat the pattern multiple times and create a very cute border sequence to stitch out. If you wanted to put it on linens or pillowcases, you can create some really fun things using this feature and buttonholes. And then we have some really pretty decorative fonts where we can create a monogram, whether it be 3-letter, 2-letter, have it shaped in a diamond, have it going straight across. And then they have some beautiful frames and little accents that you could put on either side of the monogram. That is very pretty. And then I think this one's my favorite. These are larger monogram type options. And this one is excellent for a wedding gift, where you can go and grab the last name initial, and then put the groom and bride's name in the middle, or the last name in it. But it's a very cute split design. I love this for towels for wedding gifts. And lots of other really fun initials for larger monograms. And there are also some applique ones as well. So you can make like a varsity style jacket or sweatshirt. And there are also the Greek alphabet for fun sororities and fraternities. You can make sweatshirts and jackets and hats with the Greek lettering if you would like. All right, so some other quick features that are lovely are that you can wirelessly send your design to the machine, or you can still use your USB stick. There are 2 spots to add a USB, and there's also a spot to add an Ethernet cable if you just want to hook the machine directly up to your computer. You can also use the Artspira app and send designs that you've made using the Artspira app, which I have like on my phone and on my iPad. They have some really fun things in there, and you can send those wirelessly to the machine to stitch out as well. So now let's actually do something and see it used. So we talked about hoop size earlier, just to put in perspective. This is an 8x12 hoop, and it is ginormous, and I think perfect for adult size clothing. So when you get the machine, it's going to come with 4 hoops, if I'm remembering correctly. We have 8x12, 5x7, 4x4, and then this tiny guy, and I always mess up the dimensions. It is 2.4 inches by 1.6 inches. So this is great for little tiny projects. These are great depending on the type of project that you're stitching. Like I change my hooping method for each project. Everything's going to be kind of customized depending on what you're making. So I find I use these hoops, but if I had to rate them on which ones I use the most and least, I use these probably the least. I use them for in the hoop projects when I'm just hooping stabilizer. I'm a little bit spoiled that I have some other hoops that work excellently with this machine that make hooping items a lot easier. And I'll show them to you. Let's look at those. Let me see. I got one here. Okay, so I think this would be the one I would use for the little hat. So if you are a floater and you like to float everything, the hoops that come with the machine have like a lip on them. So it kind of makes floating a little bit awkward if you're used to floating with the flatbed machine hoops, because they go together like smoothly and don't have anything protruding up the top. With the multi-needle machines, the hoop is like thicker almost. So if you like to float, highly recommend Durkee Easy Frames. These are wonderful. The blue piece here is what fits on the machine. And I have mine set to a 5x7 hoop right now, so I gotta open it up. So the way it works is this blue adapter hooks onto the machine. And wait, I can't do this with my left hand. And being on the wrong side of the machine. I tighten this really well. There we go. So there are these thumb screws there, and usually you can just use your fingers and tighten it. But I don't know, I must have went crazy that time. And it has this tool where it makes tightening and loosening them easier, but really you can just use your fingers. But you adjust this according to what hoop you're putting in. So the adapter is always, the machine is always going to think you have an 8x12 hoop in, because that's the biggest. But this hoop, the holder frame that's on the machine, the white bit, that can adjust, and then the machine will know what size hoop you have on, except when you're using like specialty things like this. So that goes on. And then this frame bit in the middle, that is interchangeable, and you can get them in all kinds of sizes. So here's just a few of the ones that I have. So depending on the project, if I'm doing something larger, this one's like great for onesies. This one's going to be great maybe for that little hat that I need, or like sleeves. So these are interchangeable, and you replace them depending on what you're stitching. And that's if you like to float. And if you're not familiar with floating, it's where nothing's actually going to be hooped. We are using stabilizer, usually sticky stabilizer, but you don't always have to use sticky stabilizer. I have a method for using cutaway, not sticky, where you can secure the stabilizer to the frame. But it sticks, if you're using sticky, it sticks onto the back of the frame, and then you lay your item that you want to embroider on top. The stickiness is going to help your item stay in place and not shift. And then you embroider it, and then I can pull it right out, and you see the little hole of what was left after I did it. I sometimes combine different stabilizers, where I'll have like a fusible lightweight cutaway on my shirt, and then just have the tearaway on the frame. So there is more than just a tearaway stabilizer happening when I'm embroidering. It all depends on the project. But you are essentially laying the item you want to embroider right on top of this. You can secure it extra with some little like clips or binder clips, but it's beautiful. It helps getting placement right so much easier. So that's the Durkee Easy Frame system. Now the other specialty hoop that I love and use all the time are Mighty hoops. And this is great if you are stitching thicker items, items you want to really make sure it doesn't move. So like I can use these for towels where normally I would float towels because my hoops, if it's a thick towel, it's not going to work well. These are really strong magnets where you can hoop items like that. But I also use them for t-shirts. Bags are super great. It's going to keep the item in place really, really well. So these are Mighty Hoops. They come in all different sizes. And you just be sure to say which machine you're putting it on, because the only thing that changes, kind of like the adapter for the jerky frame, you need that blue adapter. For Mighty Hoops, you just have to make sure these silver brackets match your machine so that they will slide on and fit correctly. Okay, so let's go to my craft table now. Sorry, I've been away from the computer, so I can see things now. If you have questions, please tell me. I wanted to show you some things and then kind of go through my process and show you how I'm making stuff. So here are just some examples. These are from my kids. And this little girl, Elise, is 9 years old now. So this is a bit old. It has some stains on it, but this is one of my favorite items. And Abigail, my older daughter, had I'm a big sister shirt to match hers, and I have a cute picture of them in it. Anyway, these are lovely gifts to make for people that are having more children. You can make matching sets, but this is a onesie. These are not fun at all to embroider on a flatbed machine because normal onesies just have the hole at the bottom, right? And you have to hoop the onesie where it is flat on the machine, right? And the needle could come here and the bobbin's going through there, and you're not stitching the shirt to itself. So you could see where you have to sit and babysit this and make sure things are staying out the way so it could stitch all this out. On the multi-needle and free arm machines, this can get floated onto this, kind of like this right here. I'd make sure it's in the right spot. Have it to that sticky stabilizer. I would rotate my design to where it stitches it upside down. And then I would hook this onto the machine, and you see I have a hole. I have space here. This is where my free arm is going to go. And I can load this on here. And I make sure that my free arm is going through the onesie itself and lock and load. And then do you see how much easier it is to stitch that now? I don't have to babysit anything. This is hanging loose underneath and is not getting in the way of the needle. I don't have any excess material. I could load my design. I would rotate it to be upside down so it stitches the right way on the shirt. And for these, all the specialty frames, there is this feature where you trace your design so you can see exactly where the needle is going to go, and make sure the design is not going to hit your frame at any point, and then you adjust things as needed. And then you could walk away, set it to go and walk away and go work on something else, hoop something else, clean up another project. So you can become a lot more efficient when you're
Hey, Karlie, we lost your audio. Karlie. Roger, I don't think she can hear us. So,
I hear you. I'm sorry.
oh, yeah, I guess you got
Oh,
muted when you switched cameras.
My microphone went dead. I'm so sorry.
That's all right. So you're good to go?
Yes, I'm good to go.
All
Let
right,
me
well,
just
let's
take a
take it
second
away.
to do this, but I'm using my computer microphone now. Sorry about that, guys. Where did y'all lose me. I was showing y'all Elise's little baby gown, and I was saying it all depends on like how you would want to hoop it, on what you would do. I think the easiest thing, oh, I did something to my finger. The easiest thing would be to float it on a frame. Let me put my good microphone back on. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay. Let me know if y'all can still hear me. I'm paying attention in the chat. I did something to my finger. I got to make sure I don't get any blood on my clothes. Okay, so we'll start over on the gown part. Thank you. All right, so this is a baby gown I made for Elise. I got it from Blank's Boutique, and I did a long applique on it. And this is when a larger hoop is really going to help you be able to stitch these designs. So even though this is not like a tall design, it's very long or wide in this case. So I would measure and make sure, you know, see what size I really want the design to be. And then I would find the hoop that's going to work the best. And like, depending on, I got these frames, like this one is a teensy bit too short. So I think I have one that's a little bit more, or I can go in a different direction with the hoop, because the depth of the machine, if I go, where did I put the frame? Okay, so this is like, this is where it's hooked up to the machine and it's coming out. This is the furthest the machine can come out. That's 8 inches, but it can go 12 inches wide. So if I have another frame that's bigger, but if I have it to where it hooks up to the machine this way, I can use a wider frame and make sure that the whole design can fit in it. And then I would float it like this, so that even though I don't have any material to put right here, this is why this is a bit harder to hoop. I can float this right onto the stabilizer and stitch it out. I think I have a mighty hoop too that might work with it, but it's a little hard to get to right now. But I could also, you know, just use my regular 8x12 hoop and float this right in the middle of it. And again, there's stabilizer that is hooped, so you don't have to worry about trying to actually hoop this because it's such a tight space. So that's when having different size hoops and different varieties of things can be super helpful, so that you can really work with any project. So I'm making one of these for Olivia. I have it here. I'll show you. This is my little basket of things to make. So these are extras, but let me show you like what I got planned. This is a blank gown, and I'm going to do a different font. So let me get all this out the way. I got my thread color picked. I made my name in Brilliance. I have this pretty font. I want to say this one is from Dawn Chase at Creative Appliques that we were talking about earlier. This is a Farmhouse Lemonade font that's in a zigzag finishing stitch. If you could kind of see on the printout, like it's not a satin stitch, it's more like a zigzag. I made the design and printed it out, and I have my blank, onesie gown. And so what I would do is measure and figure out right where I want the name to be. And I love doing this because this makes sure that I get my placement just right. So I will actually, after I've ironed on some fusible stabilizer on the inside of this, I will pin this to the gown right where I want it. And so this is going to help guide me, especially when I go and put it on the machine, that it is going to stitch right where I want. Because when you print out anything from Embroidery Essentials software, it's going to print it true to size and with little nice crosshairs and marks on it to help you figure out placement. And then I picked my fabric I want to applique. So all these letters will be filled with this pretty fabric. And here's a tip for you. If you're doing applique, one of the things that I find comes out so much better is if you iron Heat and Bond Light on the back of your applique fabric. So Heat and Bond Light is like a low tack adhesive that will turn your applique fabric to have a fusible side. So you iron that on the back of this before you start. Your design is going to stitch the placement stitch for each of the letters. Then I lay my fabric right on top that has the Heat and Bond Light. I stitch my tack down stitch. It's going to stitch all the letters again. And then I take it off the machine. I use my scissors and I trim each letter, right? After I've trimmed each letter, then I use a mini iron of some sort to iron my applique fabric in the hoop. So make sure like this iron works well. I think maybe not in my 4x4 hoop as much. I have like this little one for my tiny, tiny hoops, but I love this one. I got this one for Christmas. Iron your applique fabric while it's in the hoop, and that's going to activate the Heat and Bond Light on the back of it, and then move on to your final satin or zigzag or blanket stitch. This is going to fuse your applique fabric with your garment. So when my friend goes to wash this baby gown later, the applique fabric is not going to puff up and pull away from the baby gown. It's going to give it a really nice polished professional look. So that's that project. And then this is the little baby hat. And I did the font, the same font, but just a normal satin stitch. And I want to stitch that right here on there. So the same thing. I will, I don't think I'll put any stabilizer here, but I will pin this to the hat. And I didn't show this feature on the machine, but it has the laser crosshairs. So once it's hooped, I can see my red laser crosshairs and make sure that they line up perfectly with the crosshairs that are on my little printout. And then I know things are going to stitch right where I want. And say I hoop this a little bit crooked like that, I can still use this printout. And there's I remembered the name, 2-point positioning system on the machine. And it will use that laser crosshair. And you can use the little arrows on the screen and put the laser dot here, and then it's going to move, and then you make the laser dot go here. So on, let's see, this will probably be easier to see, like this crosshair mark right there and this crosshair mark. So if I hooped it like this, and right now it wants to stitch the design out straight, but I use that 2-point positioning system and show it, this is one side and this is the other side, it will automatically rotate my design on the screen so that it lines up perfectly where my printout is on my item that I'm embroidering. So that 2-point positioning system saves you so much headache of being so worried and so nitpicky about hooping items straight, because that is a beautiful thing. So these are some things I have for her. And then I wanted to show Blaine this one. So I'm in New Orleans, Louisiana, and both me and my friend whose baby shower I'm going to attended LSU. So we are big Tiger fans down here. So I had this cute yellow onesie, and I made this design using some different fonts, and I used Embroidery Essentials to put it together. But this is a cute applique font where like one side the letter can be one different fabric, and then the other side the letter can be another fabric. So I'm going to do what's on gold here with some gold heat transfer vinyl. This is a really fun substitute for fabric for filling appliques. There's already adhesive on the back. You just pull away the clear carrier sheet like this. And once it stitches the placement stitch, I lay this right on top and let it stitch out and trim it just like fabric. So I'm going to fill this side with this glittery HTV, and then the purple side with this pretty purple and gold fleur-de-lis fabric. So it's going to be super cute. And like I have my threads for those, and then I'm going to do the tigers in a little bit lighter purple. So I'm really excited to see how this turns out. I'm going to record doing this because I'm hoping my friend's not watching this right now. I know she watches my channel, but I don't know if she's going to come over and watch this channel, but this is supposed to be a surprise. So I wanted to record making it, and then I'll show it after the baby shower. But this is just a little setup. I also have like some bibs. I have bloomers, but all of these things, especially like this one, this is going to be so much easier to hoop and stitch on that machine because I can just put a frame right here and all of this extra can hang underneath the free arm and I can stitch a cute little design or whatever I would want on there. So the things I want you to take away are that the free arm and the multi-needle are beautiful. One other thing I wanted to tell you about real quick, because I did talk a lot about applique. I love applique. When you are working with an applique design on the machine, the machine will want to just change colors like automatically. You program in stops to tell your machine, hey, I want you to pause after you stitch this color. Don't switch to the next one. So then that gives me time to add my fabric or trim my fabric or whatever the case may be. So I'm not sure how we are on time, Blaine, but I can show that real quick. It's super easy. There's like a little hand button. And anytime you want to add a stop to your machine, to a step, you just add that hand button with that step so that you can do it.
Yeah, Carla, we got time if you want to show that.
Okay, thanks. All right, so let's zoom back in here because I have those designs, like the little LSU design already loaded. So this was something that was a big change for me when I went from a flatbed to a multi-needle machine. It's like, okay, it's not so simple as now as loading your design. I need to tell the machine which needle to stitch out, which part, and so on. So like I have a folder with the baby shower stuff. So let's just do Olivia because that one's the easiest. It's a big applique and there's only 3 steps. So I would hit set. And I think you can see the name. Yeah. So that's her name. I'm not changing anything. The most I would do is rotate it if I needed to, depending on the hoop that I'm using to stitch the design on. But I think I would leave it like that. And I would hit end edit. Now, depending on the frame that I'm using, if I'm using one of my specialty frames that didn't come with the machine, this is when I'll use the trace feature. And it's that little dashed line square with the arrow. I can click that and let me back up and show you it so you could see it move. And I'm just going to lay this on there and pretend it's big enough. Okay. All right. So I don't know if you can see the little red laser crosshair right there. Let me turn the light off. That's screen brightness, light. Okay, so now you can see the little red laser. When I press that trace button, this is going to move and I can see exactly where the design is going to fall. I don't really have this hoop, so it's just moving around. And I can check and make sure everything is going where it's supposed to. So that's the trace feature. Then the 2-point positioning feature that I was talking about, if I hooped it crooked, is this feature right here. And that is when I could tell it, okay, we can scan it from this way to this way, or we could scan it top down. We could scan the corners. Like there's so many options of adjusting, looking at, say, your printout that you have on the machine and making sure that the red laser is lining up on the points that you want. And then it will automatically adjust the rotation of the design so that it's actually stitching exactly how you want it to. Okay, so besides all that, then we can get to the adding the stops. So there's an option to do it in this screen, but personally, I find the easiest is to do it here. So normally every time I open a design, it's going to tell me my thread colors are not right. because I'm not going in and telling the machine every single time I load a design what thread colors I have on there, because it changes like all the time. So I don't worry about that, because right now my machine thinks black thread is on spool number 1, but it's really on spool number 5. It thinks I have gray thread on 2 and blue thread on 3. So in actuality, I'm going to do this. Say I was doing it in pink. Pink is 1. For the applique, I could stitch all 3 steps in the same color if I wanted to, but I need the machine to stop. But there's this button right here that has a spool of thread with a little magnifying glass. I could click that. And here it breaks up. There's my 3 steps. And when I click on them, I see a little preview picture. Here's my little thing here. A little preview picture of what that design is. So you can see that's a tack down stitch. That's a placement stitch. So I know like which step I'm on. And then I could tell the machine which needle that I want to stitch it on. So say white thread is on 6. I want to do the placement and the tack down there. And then the final stitch I want to do in pink, which is on needle number 1. I can click OK. And then this is the little hand stop. So I can tell it to add a stop. After it's done stitching the first step, it will stop. And then if I go back here and go to this step and hit OK, I can add another stop here. So that's one option of telling the machine which needle to stitch which step and adding the stops. But let me go back and go back to the embroidery settings. Wait, I forgot how I got out of here. Okay. All right. Here is I can see my 3 steps, and this I can add a stop after each step in your embroidery setting. So that's something that you can do there and then tell the thing. So just play around with it. If you're new from going from a flatbed to a multi-needle, there are ways to add stops to steps, and there are a way to assign the needles to particular steps easily. Okay. So that is the little bit I wanted to show you. And then if we go here, this screen here looks like a frame with arrows and a needle. This is kind of like your home screen of when you want to oil your machine. You can press this and the hook will move so you can oil it. You can select your needles and move them. So say I need to rethread and I need things to move, I can click them. And then if I did want to program it, like it does make sense for me to tell it needle number 6 is white. So I can hit white and no, 6 is white. Oh, I don't know what I did. I'm back in my design. I'm not in here. I can tell my machine 6 is always white and 5 is always black, and then just not worry about these and program them as I go. All right. I hope all of that made sense. Let me know. All right. Let's see. Okay. I see some questions about fonts. Yes, I know. I'm a font lover, so I will tell you. Okay. The Farmhouse Lemonade comes in all different kinds of ways, and that is on Creative Appliques. This design was from Itch to Stitch, I want to say, and that was bought out by Designs by Juju. So that might be on their website. The other Elise applique, this one's super old. I was trying to find it the other day. I think it was Fava, F-A-V-A. And I got it off of some bundle of fonts that I don't even know exists anymore. But maybe if you just Google Fava applique font, you might find a digitizer that sells this. But this one's super old. This I didn't actually show you too much, but you may have gotten a glimpse of it. This is from Planet Applique. This was a super cute. This is actually my first YouTube video ever. And Elise My daughter was like 3 or 4 at the time, and she was in the room most of the time, knocking the camera over and fussing at me because she did not want a purple shirt. She wanted a pink shirt. So if you want to laugh really hard, you could watch a video of me making this shirt, and that was on the little flatbed machine. So yay, I'm so glad. Okay, maintenance for the machine. Great question, Cindy. So I mentioned oiling. Sorry, I didn't say that more in the beginning. So one of the big difference from going from a flatbed to a free arm or multi-needle machine is you oil it every time I turn it on. So let's show you what that looks like. All right, take this off and this. All right, so the bobbin's a little different. So on most flatbeds, you have a style A. This one is a style L, and you can get magnetic bobbins, which are a lot of fun. And Blaine has those on the Stitch It website. These are the Philtech magnetic bobbins. And to me, this is like similar to like my older sewing machine bobbins and my Juki. They have the same kind of bobbin. But what I do every time I turn on the machine is I take the bobbin out. I will clean the bobbin area, and you can do this either using a brush, or I like to use compressed air, and I will lightly clean it like that. If you are buying a used machine and you don't know if the person before you cleaned it, then don't do this. It's because I bought a brand new machine. I know it was spick and span from the get-go. I'm keeping it that way. And I even talked to Blaine about it, and he knows all the people in the industry, and they recommend the compressed air to clean that out. Once that's done, I press this button here and then the oil button, and it says the hand wheel will rotate, and it will rotate exposing the hook. And then I have some sewing machine oil in like a little syringe, and I will go and squeeze it to where 1 drop of oil goes on that hook, and then I hit OK. There are diagrams everywhere to show you like how to do it. If you're not familiar, there are pictures very clearly. It's on actually the opening of the bobbin case and on the screen. And then the hook will move back to the right spot, and I will load my bobbin and ready to go. So some other things that you can do for maintenance is every once in a while, I'll put a drop of oil on the levers here. I will, in a sense, kind of dust this area to make sure no dust is accumulating like that on my machine. And you see how the head moves back and forth? You can also put a drop of oil sometimes on this little metal bit, like I have it on needle 6 right now, and then I'd move it to needle 1. And then you could put a drop of oil here. For larger maintenance issues, there are times when you can add, I haven't done it to this machine. I've done it to a different multi needle machine, but this area can get grease. But the beautiful thing about Brother is there are Brother authorized places all over the country, and you can have a service technician service it for you if you're not comfortable with messing with the insides of the machine. My friend Mandy down the street bought this machine, and we had some issues with the needle threader not working. And girl, I took this whole thing apart and I fixed it. So it just depends on you and if you feel comfortable. But there are videos online showing you how to change parts, and there are videos online showing you step-by-step maintenance, like for like yearly or every 2-year maintenance. But like on a normal basis, I just oil the bobbin, and like I said, every once in a while, oil the levers and levers, and keep things as dust free as possible. And let's see. Oh, and we talked about like how it shows you things. I forgot to tell you, there are like so many programmed video tutorials showing you how to do everything on this machine. Shows you how to load the bobbin, shows you how to thread, shows you how to change the needle, shows you how to add a cap driver, maintenance. Like there are videos on all of that. So it has like a built-in operation guide as well. All right, yay. Okay, I'm so glad. Yes, the world of video has changed our lives. I could fix anything now. Like I took the garbage disposal apart. Me and my husband, we've taken the dryer apart. And he does things with his boat all the time. Something went wrong with the wheel of his trailer last week, and YouTube saved the day. So it's really nice that we have these resources online that help us take care of our machines. It's very nice. All right. Brenda says she loves her Stellaire, but now she wants a multi-needle. That is the best of both worlds. I love my Stellaire as well, but I love my multi-needle. And if you have the ability to have both, you will never have another need for anything, because I could do all my large quilting projects on my Stellaire, and I do my garments and my hats on my multi-needle. Thanks, guys. All right. I know I didn't even touch on hats, but y'all can see this machine is amazing. There's so many fun things you can do on it. It's such an upgrade from a flatbed machine, in that your ability to do stitch and hoop things easily compared to a flatbed. Now, I think Blaine wants to talk about another amazing machine, because this is what I tell people, because I own this one. If you are would love a multi-needle, but it is just way too out there as far as cost goes, there is a beautiful in the middle of option that you can get.
You're correct, Karlie. And so we got to tell everybody a little bit about this machine, because this is one of the machines that you had early on.
Yes.
Basically, Karlie was using, wasn't it a Brother, the PE 700? What was it?
The PE 770.
770. Okay, so Karlie started out with a PE 770, which everybody knows that's a flatbed, one needle machine, little small. Has a 5x7 hoop. Is that correct? Or
Yes.
4x4? 5x7, right? Couldn't remember. 5x7. So this was the first machine that Karlie basically leaped into the lake and upgraded. She went to the Brother PR680 Persona, and it is an 8x8 embroidery field on it. And it was a game changer for her.
It was.
So today, Karlie, we have a special on those as well that we're going to talk about. But that is a great machine. And, and I know that that's one you started on. And it's not a multi-needle, but it is a multi-thread. And what that means is you can put 4 spools of thread on it. And then basically all you have to do is do one color, pull your thread through, tie it off, pull the other thread, put it in down there itself, it self threads. And basically you can be sewing with a different color in probably about 10 seconds.
Yeah. It's
pretty quick.
It's really nice. And my progression was, I went from my very small flatbed to the PRS 100. And that was a game changer, because even though it's not a multi-needle, it's built like one. So you get that free arm. And then I was lucky enough to go from that single needle free arm to the multi-needle. So I think there are options out there for everyone based on their needs and their budget. So that's the beautiful thing about it.
Yeah, I always look at this is if you've got a 4x4 or 5x7 at home, and you want to just go ahead and take the leap to upgrade, what you're getting is a bigger sewing field with a Persona, and you're getting, that multi-thread, I guess you could say, spools and the free arm. So
yes,
I guess the two major things are the 8x8 embroidery field and the free arm on it.
Yes, definitely.
I mean, I know the thread, is pretty important too. To be able to switch it quickly.
Yes. So when I'm doing designs that are all thread, the multi-needle is beautiful because I can sit and walk away. But you see, lots of projects that I do are applique. So I still need to be at the machine and stopping it, because I got to take the hoop off. I got to add fabric. I got to trim fabric. I need to iron it in the hoop. So if you're doing tons of that, then having the multi-needle only comes in handy at the end, like when it's several finishing stitch colors. But at the position I was when I got the Persona was I was not financially able to get a multi-needle machine. And I wanted that free arm and I wanted the bigger hoop, and I was settling like, okay, I can change the thread color. I can do that if I get the free arm and the larger embroidery field. So it's like that nice middle of the road option. If this is not attainable and this price point is so much more attainable, you still get all those wonderful features.
Well, you know, Karlie, I saw somebody in the comments, I think it was Jenny Drake, I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jenny. Somebody said that they need a sugar daddy or sugar mama. Well, guess what? I'm going to be everybody's sugar daddy today because I got such a good deal.
He really does. He told me about it before the show, and it's cheaper than what I bought my Persona for,
I know.
like years ago. So
Yeah, it's we have two really good specials. We actually got a lot of specials going right now,
yeah.
but we're going to talk about those two today. But so I guess we didn't get into hats, but we're going to have you come back.
Yeah, hats are like
we'll
a
do
whole nother ball game.
whole show on
But
hats.
there are people like if you, and I know you say this all the time, like if you want to get into selling your embroidered items, you think about the money it costs for the item and the time you spend stitching it. All of that's going to weigh into how much you should sell that item for. And like all these beautiful, like little kids applique shirts, I think I would sell these. Now they're probably more nowadays, but like 10 years ago, these were like $25. And me working on a flatbed, being slow in general, took me 2 hours to make this. So, and that's not even saying this shirt cost $5 and the thread and the stabilizer and everything else. Like when it was all said and done, I was making like $5 an hour if I had to like actually pay myself hourly. With hats, you can buy hats at wholesale for as cheap as like $2 or $3 a piece. And you can put a custom embroidery design on it and sell that hat for at least $30. And this is an instance where you set the machine to stitch and you walk away and you go do something else. You're not babysitting it. So the profit margin based on a $2 hat selling for $30 versus a $10 item as far as all the supplies went, and selling it 30, the hats 30, 35, the shirts 20, 25, you get a lot more bang for your buck. And customized hats are really big, and you can really earn your money back of what you invested in your machine much quicker if you throw that into the mix of items that you're making.
You're exactly right, Karlie. You know, I'm going to up your price on the hats just a little bit. If you go out and just buy a regular like hat, like say a name brand hat, a Nike, Columbia, all these different kind of name brand hats that have any kind of embroidery on them, they're $30.
Mm-hmm.
If you get a custom hat, I've seen them all the way up to $45.
Yeah.
So it depends on how elaborate design it's on that hat. But I'm telling you, people can make a living just doing hats.
Yes. And if you get like 2 hoops, you can have one hat stitching and then be hooping your next hat. And so that like you're switching out. So you're stitching even more hats per day. And like something I forgot to mention with this machine, it stitches 1,000 stitches per minute. So it is moving. My old flatbed, I think, was like 400 stitches per minute or 500. So it's like double the speed. So that's another way you're getting much more efficiency out, is the stitches, the speed of the stitches.
You know, something too, Karlie, which, you know, everybody wants to have something they can do that pays for their hobby.
Yes.
And, you know, what's crazy is I can't tell you how many people have told me that, you know, they bought a machine and they decided to like do some embroidery. And then, you know, friends and family started saying, hey, can you do this for me? You know this very well.
Yes. Yes.
And so what happened is they started other people, friends of theirs would see it and say, well, where'd you get that? How'd you get it? Mm-hmm. So you kind of start slow. And the next thing you know, you're so busy covered up. And it's crazy how everybody wears embroidery. I mean, it's just like everybody wants something specialized. Mm-hmm. And so if you just wanted to buy a machine and pay for it, I'm telling you, you could do it very easily, just with all the outlets they have now with Etsy and, Facebook Marketplace and doing different things you could do, even eBay, selling on eBay. There's so many channels to sell on. There's a good market out there for that. So, anybody that wanted to buy a machine, they can be their own sugar daddy or sugar mama and just sell some things to pay for the machine. If they want to continue. If not, then good. But I've kind of got my eye on that. That might be my retirement plan, Karlie.
Yes, you should definitely do that.
Get me a multi-needle machine in the shop, and once I quit working, I may start doing this embroidery and sell them just to have something to do. But I tell you, it's a great market out there. But Karlie, we got to have you back because we got to show everybody the hats and how you can do hats and that and all the good things. But the other thing, real quick, they can go to karliebelle.com. It has all your social media, links there. And then also, we're going to be getting pretty soon Karlie's classes on our website to sell. And if y'all have not seen her website or her classes, they're going to blow you away because y'all think that she was detailed here and very easy to understand. Wait till you see the classes. I tell you, anybody would learn so much by watching them, and they're priced extremely, great pricing on them, and can't say enough about them, Karlie. So we can't wait to get those on our website so we can sell them for you. And thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm sorry I could talk forever on all and I just realized now I had all these other things back here I wanted to show people.
Well, that just means another show.
Yeah. There's so many fun things that you can make with this machine, and it's a game changer. It really is.
It really is. It's multi needles. I just love them, and I love embroidery. I tell you, it's almost like you don't realize how much all the different things you wear has embroidery on it. It's just crazy.
I tell people this all the time. I did not even know or pay attention to any of this until I had my own baby shower. My mom's threw me a baby shower and my friends, and I got these beautiful embroidered gifts with Abigail's name and monogram and applique. And I was like, I love this. And that's when I started paying attention. And then I'm seeing it on everything. And, not just baby stuff, but home decor. And now we play the game of every time we go in a store, I can make that. I can make that. I see it. I'm like, the kids, want a Nike sweatshirt. I'm like, I could make that. You pick any sweatshirt you want. I could stitch that little check on there in 2 seconds.
And the great thing about the Brother machine, it has Disney built in. So you can actually do Disney. You just can't sell it.
No, just can't sell it. That's the only thing. It's for personal use only.
You can do gifts all day long. So that's a great thing.
There are some beautiful, beautiful Disney designs that are on the Brother machines and on the, I think, iBroidery website, but you have to show that you own a Brother machine to be able to buy from it. Gorgeous stuff that you can make for your family, for your friends as gifts. I've made my kids all kinds of cute stuff.
All right, Karlie. Well, I know you're busy, so we're going to let you get out here. Thank you so much for spending the time with the Stitch Nation today. And I know everybody actually loved your video or demos. And we'll see you again real soon, okay?
All right, thanks. Bye, everybody.
All right, we'll see you. Okay, everybody, let me tell you a little bit about the machine specials we have today. So we got some good ones. So the very first machine that we're going to talk about is that Brother 680. And I want y'all to look at the price. The normal price on this is $12,399, okay? We're giving you a $1,900 savings through Friday, close of business. You have to call to get that price, 888-571-2171. Again, this is the 6-needle Brother PR680W. And it is, this thing is just awesome. Has that laser pointer on it with the crosshairs. It has the big, huge 10-inch LCD screen. It's going to stitch at 1,000 stitches per minute. There is so many features just loaded in this thing. If you want to take a look at it and read a little bit more about it, just go to siistore.com. That's siistore.com. And just in the search bar, put in Brother PR680, and it'll take you to that product page. You can read all the specs about it. But this thing is just a great, great machine. And I tell you, it's very, very user-friendly as well. It's so easy to use. But we have a fantastic price on it today, and this is going to be good through Friday.
Hey,
now,
Blaine.
Yes.
We should mention, too, that this is going to be the lowest price you'll be able to find anywhere online.
Oh,
so Blaine's working very hard to get this.
$1,900 savings on this today. So, you're not going to find anywhere cheaper. And I don't even think you could go walk in a store and get a dealer to sell it to you for that price. So, guys, we do have financing available for you if you need to finance this, because I know that's a lot of money. But we have some really good financing available for you as well. And when you call in, you're going to talk to Lacey. Lacey's going to be able to tell you all about the financing. She can tell you a little bit more about the machine. But anyway, if you want to get one of these, give us a call, 888-571-2171. Now, the other machine we talked about was that PRS100 Persona. And this one, Roger, is $1,000 off right now. They're normally $44.99, and they were $49.99, but Brother just had a price decrease on these at $500, and we're taking it even farther, going down $1,000.
Sugar Daddy Blaine.
Huh?
I said Sugar Daddy Blaine.
I'm telling you, I'm being a sugar daddy today.
It's a great deal.
Helping everybody out. I don't remember who made that comment. I think it was Jimmy Drake said
that's a great comment.
Sugar mama. I thought that was so awesome. I was like, well, I'm going to be everybody's sugar daddy today because I'm going to give them some good deals. But again, if you think about this, Roger, if this was only 2-3 months ago, you would have paid $49.99 for it. So basically, it's a $1,500 savings from what it was. And $34.99, we do have financing available in this as well. And again, these prices are good. Now, let me just clarify something on this one. We only have 2 of these. 2 of these at that price. I don't know if I can get any more at that price, but I have 2 of these at that price. And when these are gone, those 2, that price is gone as well. So just 2 of these right now.
These are only call-in specials. So
yes, you have to call in. The regular price is on the website, so you will have to call in to get that special price from Lacey. And we're going to be honoring these prices all the way through Friday into business. So, but yeah, great price on both of those. Again, anything that y'all are looking at. Now, Roger, do you have that link to the Jot form?
I do. I could put that up.
Put that in the chat if you don't mind. So Roger's going to put a link to the Jot form. And if y'all are just interested in anything, it doesn't even have to be these 2 brother machines. If you got any interest in a machine and want to talk to somebody, just fill out that Jot form. He's going to put the link in there. Just click on that link, go to the Jot form, fill out all that information in there and hit submit. And we'll get that here. And then somebody will reach out to you and can answer questions or whatever you need. So, but he's putting that in the chat right now. And go ahead and fill that out. So we'll have that. All right. So Roger, I think that was, some great products, some great product specials today. But you know what? I want to talk a little bit too about the Impressions show. So Impressions out in Long Beach, California, it's a huge, big screen printing, direct-to-garment printers, embroidery show. They have all the latest and greatest things. We are going to be out there with SWF. We're going to have the SWF booth. We're going to be out there it's January the 22nd through the 24th. So if y'all plan on going, come by and see us. But also, any of the Stitch Nation that wants to go, we have free tickets for you. And if you want a free ticket to get into the Impression Show, email us at info@stitchitintl.com, and we will get you set up with the free tickets. So you got to email us at info@stitchitintl.com. And we will get you all set up. So what do you think about that, Roger? Roger can't go.
No, it's my dad's birthday.
His dad's birthday, so he can't go. Roger won't be there, but I'm going to be there. Garrett's going to be there. Hagen's going to be there. I think Logan's going to be with us. So we'll have a crew there. Y'all can come out and say hi to us. And hope you will. If y'all would make the show, it's in
Mhm.
Long Beach, California. And you could go to the show, Roger. And then on Sunday, you could board a cruise ship right there and cruise to Mexico.
There you go. Or if you have a husband that likes fishing, they have great fishing in the area. So
And on that, if you come and stay and go to the show, then on that Sunday, you could also get on the boat that goes out to Catalina Island.
yes,
launches from Long
that's
Beach.
beautiful. That's a beautiful place.
So there's a lot of things you could do right there.
Mhm.
So all you California people that are watching, there's you a weekend plan. Come and hang out with the Stitch It crew. So, all right, Roger, I think it is time to give some stuff away.
Yes, I agree.
So, I want to mention too, if y'all want to set up a wholesale account, okay, Roger?
Yes.
If they want to be able to set up a wholesale account where they can buy their embroidery supplies and things like that, give Lacey a call at the 888-571-2171 and tell her you want to set up a wholesale account, and she can set that up for you. And you can save anywhere from 5 to 20% on all the different type of accessories we have. So that would be a good thing if you want to set up a whole account. So make sure y'all give her a call if you even want to do that. But today we're going to do some giveaways as well. We're going to give away a couple swag things.
Blaine, I think we should mention too that our promotion for the free software for
Ends
the
tomorrow.
machines is ending. Yes. So let's put that.
Good call, Roger. Y'all. So y'all know right now, if you buy an SWF single head machine, they're all multi needles, but these are the single head. We have 2 15 needles, a 12 needle, and a 7 needle. If you buy any of those by tomorrow, which is the 15th, close of business, you get the free Stitch Maker Digitizing Pro software with that for it's a $29.99, so $3,000 value. You're getting it absolutely free with the purchase of any 4 of those single head machines. So that ends tomorrow. Yeah, good reminder. Thanks for catching that, Roger. I completely forgot about that.
Sure.
So want to make sure everybody knows the deadline on that one. All right, so the first thing we're going to give away is the Crazy Sewing Lady vests. And I think everybody's really loving these. And again, we have these on the website for sale. You can just go in siiistore.com. In the search bar, just type in Dawn Chase, DAWNCHACE, and it will pull up the vest and the jacket. But this is her design, and we're going to custom embroidery this for you and get it out to you. And I think I saw Mary Orr got her jacket today or yesterday. I think she says she already wore it. So
congratulations, Mary.
So that was Mary Orr got hers. So we have these in small all the way up to XXX. So Roger, you got that wheel ready to spin?
I do. Let's get that up there.
Get the winner.
Okay. And I have to go to the giveaway. There you go. Okay. Let's draw. Good luck, everybody.
Here we go.
Who's the winner?
Love seeing the names go across the screen.
Yeah, me too. Norma Coffin. Congratulations.
Hey, Norma. She's out in San Marcos, California. We know Norma well. So, Hey, Norma, good to see you on here. And congratulations for winning. And so, Norma, what we need you to do to claim that prize, you have 30 days to claim your prizes. Go to info@stitchitintl. Email me there and tell us what size of jacket you would like to have. Give us your shipping address, your phone number, all that good important information. As soon as we get that in, we'll get a jacket embroidered and get it sent out to you. And there are women's sizes, by the way. So just keep that in mind. All right, we're going to give the jacket away next, Roger. And this is the same type of material, same everything as the vest. It's just got sleeves. And again, all women's sizes, small through XXX. And so, Roger, I think let's draw us a name.
Spinning. Good luck, everybody. Who's our winner? Lynn Sammy.
Come on, Roger.
Lynn Samet-Tinger. Well, Lynn, congratulations. I'm sorry if I butchered that.
Well, see, Roger, you took the hard route. I would have just said, congratulations, Lynn. So I think it's Lynn Sam Menninger. Menninger.
Well, congratulations,
Lynn
Lynn.
Sam Menninger. That's my guess, Lynn. Well, anyway, congratulations, Lynn. You are our winner of the jacket. And so what we need you to do, Lynn, is send us an email to info@stitchitintl.com and give us your full name, your shipping address, and most importantly, let us know what size of jacket you would like to have, small through XXX in women's sizes. All right, next up, Roger, we are going to give away, or actually draw for our third finalist for this big SWF 7-needle giveaway that we're going to be drawing on February the 25th. So, yes. Roger, draw that third finalist.
And let's see.
This is a big one, everybody.
All right. Good luck, everybody. Spinning. The suspense.
Holy
I'll let you do that one because I butchered the last one. Zoe Suzu, I think.
XO is UZU.
Yes.
XO is UZU.
Zoe
I don't
Suzu?
know. It's XO Susie.
Congratulations, Zoe.
So yeah, I have no idea how to even close to that. Just XO is what we're going to call you. So congratulations, XO, again, to claim. Well, you don't have to claim the prize, but you need to email us your full name and email address along with your shipping address. So we'll have that on file. So email that to info@stitchitintl.com and we'll have that. And then Roger will add you to the list. And we will be drawing out for that 7-needle on February the 25th. So that is our third finalist so far for the drawing, Roger.
Congratulations, everybody.
Oh, so got to ask everybody for a little bit of help.
There you go.
There you are.
Sorry about that.
Where you at, Roger?
I am trying to figure out what's going on. There you go.
All right. So got to ask everybody to give us a help. We got to help. I need your help to build this Stitch Nation. Reach out to all your friends. If you don't mind, when we post the shows, share them to your Facebook pages. Send emails out to your friends. Whatever you have to do to try to build this channel, because what we want to do is just keep getting great giveaways for y'all and keep getting good specials. And so we need your help to build the channel. Had a great turnout today. We really do appreciate each and every one of y'all that are tuning in.
Thank you very much.
And we're going to keep expanding the channels that we're going to be broadcasting to. And but we need your help. Hey, and we're going to start doing some other cool things too. Can't share it with you just yet, but we're going to have some good things in line. It's a little, maybe kind of like a private sale type stuff. That'll be kind of cool, Roger. But anyway, we are doing a lot of work behind the scenes. We're adding products daily to the website. So we're growing the website as well. More and more products for you. But make sure y'all go out there and share it if you can. We would sure appreciate any help you could give us. And sure would appreciate all y'all tuning in next Wednesday as well at 10 a.m. Central Time. And we're going to talk all about some steam, Roger, with Jiffy steamers. And so you never know. We may even have Jiffy steamers on here. But if not, guess what? I'm gonna do all the demos.
I want one of those machines. Those are so
good
cool.
at it. Actually, I've used that steamer a lot.
It's a powerful machine.
Yeah, what people don't realize, not only does steam like do things for like getting clothes, the wrinkles out, but for cleaning. Oh my gosh, you can clean so well, get grime and things out of your shower door tracks, out of windows. You can actually steam clean and clean your windows with the steamer as well. Steamer and use a squeegee works extremely well. Disinfects.
Yes, I was about to say that.
That travel of steam You can even steam your mattress at the hotel if you're in, and it'll kill any bed bugs or anything that could be in there, dust mites or whatever. So steam is an awesome thing. And I know they use a lot of that in the automotive industry, far as softening leather when they're covering seats, or like putting tint on windows, or even putting vinyl wraps on. They use a lot of steam to get vinyl wrap off and to help put it on and different things. So there's
very good
use for it.
Very good to have it. It's very good to have it in the garage. It helps break down a lot of the oils and stuff too. Very useful tool.
Yeah, everybody thinks about it just being garment care, but it's actually has so many different uses. And so we're gonna get into a little bit of that, and I may be wearing my cowboy boots and my cowboy hat next week, bro.
I want a cowboy hat. I think I told you that a long time ago.
You did. Why don't you go get a cowboy hat?
I'm going to as soon as I get the chance to.
I got two of them. I got a black. Y'all tell me right now, what color hat do you want me to wear next week? A black one or a tan?
And you tell me what color I should get for myself.
Yeah, tell what color should Roger get cowboy hat.
What
then y'all tell me in the chat right now what color you want me to wear next week. And the one I don't wear will be the one that we might do a little steaming on.
Yeah.
So I got a black and a tan. Y'all pick which one I'll wear, and that'll be it. And then I'll probably wear my black boots, but I'll probably bring my brown boots to demonstrate.
I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, I am too, because I really need to shape my hat, and I really need to shape my boots. Because I haven't done it yet. So anyway, y'all let us know in the chat what color. I'll wear that, and we'll have us a good old country boot and cowboy hat and steamer show next week.
Yes. And thank you again to Karlie Belle for showing up and giving us such a wonderful demonstration. I know all of you enjoyed that, so we'll have her back on again soon.
Yeah, we will. We will. And again, guys, if y'all are interested in one of those machines, fill out that jot form. Roger will put it in the chat before we get off here. Again, fill out that jot form. And if you're really wanting to get one quick, get on that phone and call Lacey. 888-571-2171 is our number. Give her a call. And if you can't get through, just go fill out the jot form and she'll give you a call back. Just put in there, I want to buy the 6-needle today or the Persona. Now, the Persona, I got to tell you again, there's only 2 of those that we have at that price. And when they're gone, the price is gone too. I don't know if we'll be able to get any more to get them that cheap. But I can get more 6 needles. And so make sure if y'all want one of those, if we run out of the 6 needles, we can get some more. We'll honor that price for you, and we'll get some more of them. So anyway, Roger, thank you. Great job today. And everybody, thank y'all for joining in to the show.
Thank you.
We will have a show next Wednesday. It'll be Jiffy Steamers. And then that Thursday, I'll be heading to Long Beach, and I'll be at Long Beach on Friday, Saturday. The show is on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And so I'll be out there and doing that show. And then the following week, we'll be back here and we'll announce who we're going to have that following week. So
how did they get those free tickets again?
Just send an email to info@stitchitintl.com and just in the subject line, just put free tickets, and then just tell us, your name and all that stuff, or that you're interested in tickets, and we'll get you the link to where you can get the free tickets. Sound good?
Yes, it does.
All right, everybody. Well, guys, thank y'all for joining today. Hope that y'all have a fantastic rest of your day. Have a great weekend, and we'll see y'all next Wednesday.
See you next Wednesday.